And thank you for joining me on the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence Young. I am your host for today. This is a podcast that is dedicated to helping people get past their excuses. Helping people get past saying, I'm going to do that someday or one day. I'm gonna do that next year. I'm going to do that when I have more money. It's getting past all of those excuses and saying, you know what? There's only one time to move forward. There's only one time to make a change in my life for the better, and that time is now. There is nothing we can do in our lives that is outside of this present moment. Nothing. This podcast is dedicated to helping people harness the power in the eternal moment of now, because that is where all of our power lies. That is where God is. That is where Spirit is. That is where everything resides, in the present moment. And it's all we have. So this podcast is dedicated to encouraging, inspiring, and motivating people to move and make changes for their lives for the better right now. So I appreciate you joining me today. As always, if you want to donate to the cause, you can go to my website, terenceyoungnow.com. You can donate there, help me out with continuing to encourage and inspire and motivate people to move forward and get these messages out to the masses. I always encourage you, share the message, share it with your friends, pass it along, do everything you can. Everyone needs to hear this. Everyone, especially in what we're going through now. In this world. So I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me. So having a great weekend so far. A couple of updates on going live. I've decided I'm going to do it on Tuesday 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To start with, we're going to go with that time, see how it works out. I've decided that I'm going to go with maybe joining on or piggybacking on the topic that we discuss today on the podcast. And so going in there and going into a more in-depth discussion about it, hearing your views and your points on what you feel about what I spoke about on the podcast, and maybe going interactive from there. I'm going to start with Facebook Live, maybe move it to Zoom. We'll see if I hear more from you all on what you want to do with that, so we can have more interactive conversations. If I do Zoom, then you guys can respond and we can talk together. And I kind of like that idea, but we'll see. But we'll start small and see how it goes for Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Almost said Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll see how that goes. So I've had a great weekend so far. Went for a ride yesterday. And it's funny, I just started going out to this place called the Courtney Campbell Causeway, which is right off the water in Tampa. And I went and ran there on Thursday, went out for a bike ride this time. And I love this place. It's so great. There's tons of people out there, social distancing. But there's tons of people out there exercising, and it's right off the water, just beautiful. There's a breeze blowing. And it's like I found it for the first time. I literally had never run out there before. Drove by it plenty of times, but never worked out there. So now going out there, it's like, wow, this is such a great place to go work out and run or ride my bike. And it's like, it's been there the whole time. Like, what have I been doing? But I enjoyed it so much. I encourage you, if you have places like that you haven't been, especially now that, well, first of all, we're starting to open back up. If you can do that in your city, your town, wherever you are, go to some places you haven't been before. You'll be surprised. You'll find something new and exciting. But on the ride yesterday, after I did my video and I talked about this, about how water at 211 degrees, well, nothing happens. But that 1 degree more, when you go to 212 degrees, that's when water starts to boil. That's when the things start to happen. It starts to evaporate, and all these things happen. But it's just that 1 degree more that makes the difference, that makes the change in it. And it got me to thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, and which is, why don't people push themselves that 1 degree more? Why do we hold back? Why don't we push ourselves that 1 degree more to see if we can reach that next level? See if we can get that next promotion or reach that next height of whatever we're reaching for. You know, we see the professional athletes or business owners or whatever, musicians and all these people that are they're doing it, but so many of us are sitting back and watching, and we don't go that far. And one of the main reasons why is what I'm going to talk about today. I get so excited about talking about this because it's such a powerful lesson, and I'm looking forward to diving deeper into it with you all Tuesday night too as well. But here's the thing: the reason people don't move forward and go that and push themselves further, I believe, is one of them is powerless words. Using powerless words in our vocabulary. So here's the thing: we must eliminate those powerless words from our vocabulary. So you say, well, what are they? What are powerless words? Powerless words are should, I might, I think, I want, I wish, I hope, and the biggest of all, I'll try. I'll try. All of these words are completely powerless. Completely powerless. And if you want to be more effective, you have to change your vocabulary. Words are powerful. The old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, that's a lie. Yes, words do. Now, don't get me wrong when I say that we allow those words to hurt us. I know that. I understand that. We allow the words, but they do. We allow them to get into our consciousness. So we got to be very, very careful about how our own words, not someone else's words, but the words that we're using, the words that we're listening to, the words that we have inside our own consciousness, how they're affecting us. And powerless words can affect you. And what you want to do, if you eliminate these powerless words, they're going to change your effectiveness. They're going to change your energy. They're going to change your effort on everything you do in your life. Everything you do in your life. But you gotta change. You got to remove the powerless words. This is important. Let me share this with you. So, how does this work? A powerless word. Try. Try is the biggest one of all, and it's important that we talk about this. When you say you're going to try to do something, what does it mean? What does it mean? Well, the average person would say, well, it means I'm going to try to do it. You know, I'm not sure. I'm going to try, though. Here's the thing. Try is a powerless word. Here's what try really means. It means you're not going to do it. That's what it means. Some of us are so clever that in our own consciousness, we may not do it. We may do this subconsciously, but we'll say we're going to try to do something that we know we don't want to do. Come on, somebody, y'all know what I'm talking about. Someone calls you up and says, "Hey, you gonna come to the birthday party?" And you listening like, "I don't really want to go to this party." So you say, "Oh, I'm gonna try." You know you ain't going to that party. You know you're not going. So because you don't want to say no, I'm not going, you say I'm gonna try. Someone says, "Hey, you wanna hang out on, want to go exercise on Sunday morning?" I'll try. You know you won't want to go. That's why you said you'll try. So you use the word try to buffer saying, I'm not going to do it. But that's what try means. We must eliminate powerless words from our vocabulary because they prevent us from reaching our next level. If you want to change your energy, if you want to change your effectiveness, you want to change your effort, you must eliminate powerless words. I want to give you an example here. And we'll go over this on Tuesday night as well. Here's how try works. This is important. I want you to pay very close attention to this. So I've got this pen in front of me. I want you to do this with me, or do it at home when you have a chance. So I got the pen. Listen very carefully. I want you to do this at home or do this with someone else. Here are the directions. Try to pick up that pen. Here are the directions. Listen to the words very carefully. Try to pick up that pen. Now, if you pay attention to what I just said, here's what I didn't say. I didn't say pick it up. So, you can try. That means your hand can go over there. You can get really, really close. But I did not tell you to pick that pen up. I said try to pick it up. So I want you to think about you're trying to pick it up. But what does that mean? That means you're not picking it up. Trying is not doing. So if you hold the pen out and you say pick it up, well, I just picked it up. Okay, now hold the pen out, try to pick it up. Well, if I'm trying, I'm not doing. That's important. If you're trying something, then you're not doing it. This is so effective. This is so important. If you're trying something, you're not doing it. You're not actually doing it. And it affects you in so many ways. It affects all of us in so many ways. We're not actually doing something. It changes the way we act towards things, right? The way we act towards anything in life. It changes that. So it changes our energy, right? So how does it change our energy? So if you say you're going to try to do something, well, you have a certain type of energy towards it, right? Like, for instance, for me, I was just talking to somebody the other day about, I quit drinking 10 years ago. 10 years ago. 10 years. But I remember the actual moment that I quit. And that moment was when I stopped trying and I started doing it. That's it. Like, I tell my story about how I was reading Wayne Dyer, Excuses Be Gone. I quit that night. I said, this is it. I'm done. I'm not drinking anymore. But the truth is, for 10 years before that, I tried. Yeah, I tried. I quit for a month. I quit for 2 months. Before I ran the New York City Marathon in 2003, I trained for that marathon. And because I was training, I quit drinking for like 4 or 5 months. And then right after I finished the marathon, I went right back and got a drink. Started drinking immediately. I mean, like literally finished the marathon, got on the subway and went to a bar and got me a drink. I was just trying to quit. But when I made the true commitment, and said, this is it, I'm going to stop doing it. Listen to the words. Not, I'm going to try to stop drinking. No, I didn't say that. I said, I'm going to stop drinking. I'm changing my life. I'm stopping it. That's when my life changed. When I stopped trying and I started doing. What is it in your life? Where can you put this into your life? Where you can change the words. Stop saying you wish, you hope, you'll try, and start saying, I will. I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. It'll change your energy. It'll change your effectiveness in whatever you do. Imagine if you're in your business, whatever it may be for you. I don't care if you do yoga, you got a studio, you make paintings, you run a advertising agency. What if you're in your weekly meeting and you say, hey, let's try to get, up to 13,000 in sales. Let's all try. Or you say, hey, let's do 13,000 in sales. And then you have to, of course, say, and here's how we're going to do it. Listen to the power in that. Listen to the power in how more effective would you be? How more effective would your business be if you said, instead of, hey, we're going to try to get 13,000 sales this week. Okay, guys, let's go out and try. Or, hey, guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get to 13,000 in sales this week, and here's how we're going to do it. Let's do this. Do you feel the shift in energy between I'll try to do it and let's do this? We're going to do this, and here's how we're going to do it. There is a difference. It will change your effectiveness in your life when you change your powerless words. Eliminate the tries, eliminate the wishes and the hopes, and start doing. It'll change your energy. It'll change your effectiveness. It will change your effort or go back to my ride on Saturday, and in any type of like exercise, imagine the difference. Imagine the difference in your effort between, I'm going to try to ride, 10 miles or 15 miles on Saturday or Sunday or whatever you do, between I'm going to do this. It's a difference. I'm going to ride 15 miles. I'm going to try to ride at 15 miles an hour. I'm going to ride at 15 miles an hour. Because I run marathons, a lot of the training involves, the hardest training is tempo runs and mile repeats and things like that. Yasso 800s. For you runners out there, you know what I'm talking about. Those are the workouts that you get ready for, and you really don't want to do it because the effort is so hard. Some people that don't run think that, going out and running 15 miles on Saturday or Sunday or 18 or 20, those are the hard workouts. Not really. Not really to most runners. We already do that. If we're training for marathons, that's kind of like par for the course. The hard workouts are the mile repeats, the ones where it's the high intensity workouts. Imagine the difference in your effort if you said, I'm going to try to run, my tempo run at a 7:30 pace today, whatever it may be for you. That's a hard pace for you. I'm going to run at 7:30 today for, 15 minutes straight, whatever, 20 minutes straight. Or I'm doing this. Your effort changes. If you're in it and you're saying, I'm just going to try to do it, well, it's easy for you to just back off. Just like you didn't go to that party. Just like you didn't go to that party because you said you're going to try to do it. It's easy to get into that tempo run and say, well, I tried, so I'm only going to do 5 minutes a day, and then I'm going to back off. But if you say, I'm going to do this, I'm committed, I'm going to do it, then you go out and do it. Your energy has changed. Your effort changes. Everything changes. They'll change your energy, your effectiveness, and your effort when you eliminate the powerless words from your life. This is a powerful teaching. I love this. I love this. Our words are so powerful. And most people, when they think of words, they think of what someone else is saying. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about what we say to ourselves. Our self-talk is so much more powerful than what anyone else can say to us. We are hearing that internal chatter 24/7, 7 days a week. Be careful what you're saying to yourself. Listen to what you're saying to yourself and realize you don't have to believe everything you think. You don't have to believe everything that you hear going on in your head. You can change it anytime you want. Remember that your words are so powerful. So if you can do that, if you can eliminate the powerless words from your vocabulary, hey, that will change everything. Change your energy, change your effort, change your effectiveness in every aspect of your life. Hey, Yoda had it right. He said, you either do or you do not. There is no try. You either do or you do not. So eliminate those powerless words from your vocabulary, and that will change your life. If you do that, you can unequivocally say, I own the now, and I have won. I appreciate you. I appreciate you joining me today. I appreciate you sharing this podcast. Share this message. Everyone needs to hear this about eliminating those powerless words from the vocabulary. It can help so many people to know that internal chatter that's going on, they can choose to change it. It's so important. So share this with the masses. Share it with everyone. I want to get this message out. I appreciate you for joining me today. I am signing off for now. My name is T.Y. Remember, the time is always now. Allow the universe to work in your favor and be blessed.